Yes, my name is Wamboey. I am a digital content creator. Okay. I am a necessary child youth advocate, okay, and I am a podcaster. My podcast is called Hideout Podcast. Yeah. And thank you for having me today.
Pleasure is all mine. Yes. As you mentioned, I really love what you're doing.
Thank you.
As a fellow content creator, I'm starting a podcast. It's interesting, but it's never easy.
Yeah.
Na bado ni achievable. So shout out to Hideout Podcast.
Thank you.
I hope utakuja huko one day, but usinifanye hivi.
Karibu sana, nitakufanya hivi hata utani introduce kwa podcast ya Hideout, lakini ni sawa.
Usinifanye hivi.
Happy New Year by the way. Tunaambiananga Wakenya tunasemanga Happy New Year. January kisha bado Happy New Year. February, March, April. But mimi kama tujapatana hii mwaka lazima tutakwambia Happy New Year. So Happy New Year. Hata kama ni December, Happy New Year. So Happy New Year to you too.
Happy New Year.
Listeners and viewers, I'd love to welcome you all to another episode of Just a Pod, hosted with the most. They call him Timofey. Just a Pod is a talk show that focuses most on African sexuality, matter, religion, family, music, and its role toward shaping us as a community. It's uploaded once a week on Tuesday from 7 a.m. Stay tuned on all our social platforms and subscribe if you haven't. Just a Pod, convo that matter.
Like, expand, what do you do specifically?
So what I do here, I'm a Wamboey of many trades, a jack of all trades. So Wamboey of all trades. So basically I'm just I'm a journalist. A journalist mwenye alijaribu kazi ya journalism kwa broadcast media and then kidogo ikakuwa tricky. So I started venturing into podcast, that is content creation, because nili realized too, like, you can't always just be usieke nini zako exotic kwa basket moja. See, there's that proverb.
Okay, yeah.
So at least nilisomea journalism, and then nikaenda Ghetto Radio, and then at least nikaanza kufanya media. But then along the way COVID ikakuja, and then when COVID came So when COVID came, nikaona, like, a friend of mine told me about sasa story na podcast, because that time I think Kenya hakukuwa kumejulikana, that is 2019. Yeah. Like podcast was not that popular at that particular time. Yeah. Rather content creation. I think your time during COVID ndo watu walianza explore more when it comes to content creation. So a friend of mine told me about like podcast. I can to me Adele. Then she was like, "Umbo, you know what? I think you can really do a very good podcast." I was like, I love the faith in me. I love the faith in me, but I was not that sure that I can actually like do something, because nilikuwa zile za unaimaje tu kuongea, because that time we're at home, so I'm going to use my phone. So I was like, it would be so weird kuongea tu kwa simu, like I don't think I can do that. Okay. So I told my sister about it, and then sister yangu alikuwa zile za, by the way, unajua you can actually be a very, like, unaweza try to, because you never know, unapenda story na radio and TV. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll try. So I think that I actually started doing my podcast, that is around September, because birthday yangu ni September. So after my birthday, I think that was actually a birthday wish. Nilikuwa tu zile za, oh God, if I'm not going to get into media, then at least just give me, like, just show me something, rather just show me a path, and at least ita align na kitu yenye nilikuwa natamani kufanya, like from the word go. Nilikuwa nimefikiria iko story na I wanted it to be like more like just entertainment, because even when I was in the media, I used to love entertainment, like entertainment stories. But now getting into the SRHR space, nika realize kumbe, like, I can still try so many things. Like, it doesn't have to be at a podcast yangu, it's all about entertainment. I was like, okay, maybe, these are issues that zina affect to the sexual and reproductive health and rights issues. Ni vitu zenye zina affect to kwa community, and what is a better platform to use and to use my voice to advocate for the rights of other people than to use my podcast. So that is how it came to be, that Hideout Podcast. It's more of, it's just more about entertaining, it's about inspiring and just educating people and informing them on the issues that are affecting people in the community.
Yeah. And I can say you're a community champion, because I've seen you in Rwanda.
Yes.
About the same, championing about the same.
Yes, actually, yes. Ilikuwa last year, Rwanda. Tulienda Kigali, Rwanda. It was a women deliver conference, and it was amazing, because the theme was, I don't really remember the theme. Hey, when you alinipeleka yo your conference was msichana tulikupeleka wiki mzima Kigali and you can't even remember. But it was basically just about just bringing the communities together and letting the communities lead na kuwapatia your like this is your opportunity, this is your time now, like it's time for you to to champion for the rights of other people as well. So that is what I have been doing in the community.
I feel like that's a step there are many issues affecting the society as of nowadays hata na hizi huku kwenye tunaishi but it's very hard actually to see many people championing for the sexual and healthful productive rights.
Yes.
So how did you manage to maneuver into that space up to ukafika ile stage ya umeamua this is it and this is what I'm going to represent whether you like it or not because like personally maybe I've gone through the same experience the other girls that I see around my hood have gone through the same so you are like okay this is what I'm going to do come anything. So when did you realize like you are going to do it despite sex sexuality the reproductive health and stuff being a new thing to other people?
Okay, so thank you for that by the way, Tim. So I think I started doing I joined nilijoin story na SRHR. It was very funny because nilikuwa na Eldoret kuna this university inaitwa Moi University but it's kuna a branch yenye iko around home kwetu that is a roadblock watu Eldoret they know that place so around hapo tunaitanga KPA. So that university after high school after form 4 nika join like kwa hiyo university kulikuwa na like walikuwa na act and I love acting by the way. Yes I love acting. Sorry, I know this is not scripted. This is not scripted. Okay. So after high school, nilikuwa natamani sana act. Then I met someone. I don't even remember how I met them though, but like nilipatana na mtu and then they kind of introduced me to your club. So like the club kwa hiyo shule when you walikuwa na act. Okay. So vile nilijoin because mimi ndo nilikuwa mdogo and then these are university students. So I was this young person. So hata role walikuwa wananipenia wale tu wale watu the young people. So I joined that I joined that club and then in the process of joining the club there was this person there's this friend of mine mwenye alikuwa hapo na alikuwa ana work na an organization inaitwa Q Initiative. It's in Eldoret. So it's also about but it's more of a queer organization, but it's also championing for the rights of the SRHR, that is it's championing for the rights of both boys and girls. So when I got the opportunity now to join, because nilienda too and I was a young person and I was really interested because in high school I kept imagining what other people are going through, because in high school I can say my high school life was not that interesting per se. So I will get bullied, the bullying in school, and then ukozile za bado uko kwa kuna hiyo crisis you still don't even know your sexuality that much, as in you're trying to figure out so many things at the same time. You're a young person, you're trying so many things at the same time. Now ningeona zile hata if someone maybe they will have stained their skirt tuseme tukiwa shule, you would see boys everyone, hata girls wenyewe they're laughing at you, they're making jokes kwa sababu umechafua skirt yako, wanaku
shaming you.
Yeah, they were actually shaming you, literally shaming you because of because of periods, and that is period stigma. Ungepata watu wana they're staying away from you because they don't want to, ama maybe hata ile yenye we've gone for holidays and then we've come back, so kuna hiyo ya maybe someone alienda maybe abort, maybe they got pregnant and then in the process abort, and now that is a topic the whole school, everyone knows that unajua ule nani yako form 4B ama whatever, ali abort when alienda home. So if you saw, I would feel these are the kind of stories that many girls, regardless of where they're coming from, but so many people are being stigmatized for something they cannot even for something that they cannot even prevent. Example tuseme kama example kama abortion, that is it's something I want to do it, it's my body. Like why will you shame me for wanting to like, you know, to abort, that is kwa sababu like this is not your body. First of all, there is bodily autonomy, you know. I can do whatever I want to do with my body, but that is something that not so many people know. And then there is period stigma. So many people will stigmatize you because how many stories do we see ya watu wenye si kuna hadi ile alikuwa the Gloria, si ule Madam Gloria. See, alikuwa kwa parliament and then skati yake, I don't know if that was scripted or not, but I tend to believe that is what actually happens in the society. Vile skati yake ilikuwa stained and then like everyone, hadi wa mama, you would see kwa parliament, like they were chasing her away from the, you know, from the parliament. So I tend to believe that that is what so many people are going through kwa society, you know. So many confusion, like kuna hiyo hadi conversion therapy, they want to convert you into, you know, into being someone that you're not, because they're like, well, unajua, that is not what we are used to kwa hii society. So like I think to so many people go through so many things, and I feel like I went through some of the things, but I'm also just advocating for other people when they don't know that this is my right. And I'm actually that, like, I can take this is like I have this control, you know, over this, but that is something that they don't know, and that is what I just want to keep reminding, you know, young girls and, you know, even young boys in the society, that you have a right to, you know, you have a right to your body. Like you're not just supposed to like let somebody decide what they want to do with your body. Like this is yours. You just have a right to just stand up and speak up for yourself, because not so many people get that opportunity.
True. And it's a normal thing. You don't have to be even ashamed of that. Because I see like many of the kids, mainly the girl child, when anafika into the period and the cycle, she's always ashamed, and at times if she doesn't have enough resources to cater for the pads, most of the time anakaa nyumbani.
Because kama saizi actually pads sidhani nyinyi mnajua pads ni, but pads ni bei. I'm even opting to buy Pampers now. But that is a joke. But pads ni karibu 100 shillings. Imagine like kwa hii society. Now imagine a woman, like a mama mwenye like ako tuko like uko tumtaa, because we're talking about basically watu wenye uko kwa community. Now imagine a mama mwenye uko chini, tuseme hata ni mama fua for example. They're being paid to tuseme 300 shillings. Pardon ni so. Ye mwenyewe she's experiencing and have her periods. Ako na daughter ama tuseme daughters wana have periods, and it's not actually like it's not happening like at the same time. And either way that one packet atwezi tumia watu, because then like I'm having my periods to tuseme like 3 days and there are only 7 pieces hapo ndani. So unaweza imagine tuko watu wawili ama watu watatu, like how even going to split that? So I just feel like people should actually do better. If we have maybe hizi kampuni zenye zinatengeneza for example like hizo the sanitary towels, I don't know, they should just, you know, maybe just wapunguze the ama the tax. I think could also be the tax.
Let's make a promise to ourselves that even before we do the next session, being just a podcast and hide out on the same set, we should come up with a promise that we'll try to get some pads and try to approach a given school. Okay,
that's actually a good idea. I will love that.
And I would love the audience to hold us responsible for that.
Yes, please hold us accountable for that.
Yeah, because I feel like we should not even go to the companies that they manufacture or wanaongeza the pieces or whatever. I have a colleague ameanzisha like it's a grassroots organization and anajaribu kutengeneza cheaper parts, but you know there is that health aspect issues. So kuna ile maybe is not up to the care's quality. And you know nowadays ni politics of interest. Kila mtu anataka
and it's very politicized. Everything is being politicized.
If it doesn't meet certain standards, hawezi endelea kutengeneza hizo parts. Na actually something yenye inaweza saidia the girls in our communities. So why hinder her? Mbona usimchukue umweke in the space yenye inafanya vitu zenye anafanya to produce cheaper parts.
To produce cheaper parts. I think also I love the fact that umesema maybe like we you as, you know, just a pod na mimi kama hideout, like what can we do? Because so many times tunaangalianga vitu from a perspective of what can the government do, ni nini government haifanyi, ni nini MCA wetu anafanya. Like I think we forget that pia wewe uko kwa hiyo community. You are also part of the community. When you're talking about community, you're talking about, talking about teachers, you're talking about youths, you're talking about our MCA na watu wa huko. We're talking about the religious leaders. Pia sisi kama mayouth tuko kwa hiyo community. So I think that is a very good perspective ya wewe kama Just a Pod, mimi kama Hideout, what are you doing to make sure that at least kuna mwanafunzi somewhere mwenye ana attend classes because ati hakai nyumbani kwa sababu ya period stigma. So that's a good idea. To end that narrative.
I feel like we should take it to the next pod. I feel like we should have like 3 or 4 sessions.
We should. Yeah, this. You mean?
Yeah, because considering like the last season that has just ended, I was talking about African sexuality. And now that I've brought a professional on board, I feel like it's going to be something.
It's actually going to be something because you'll find that kuna other places zenye wanafunzi hawatenda shule, because I was seeing this documentary. There is this place, I don't know it's in Turkana or where. That documentary was showing that ilikuwa inabidi like wasichana wakikosa kwenda shule, they're now seated somewhere kwa mchanga, literally like seated down, hana nguo, like hana anything huku chini, ameketi kwa mchanga because of their menses, because they don't have anything to use. So it's that bad, like it's that crisis. So people should just, if you have the ability to help, just enda po shule, at least patia mtu ata pad moja ama tambili, at least that will help someone somewhere, at least for yeye ku attend shule the next day.
And do you feel like even we need to involve, apart from our mothers, apart from our women, do you feel like we need to involve even the boys and the fathers into knowing, like, I have daughters and I should be knowing their cycles?
Yes.
Kwa sababu most of the time you find kuna wale single parents, na single parents normally doesn't, okay, as much as it applies to women, even have single fathers.
Yes, we do.
They have girl childs. So they don't know the cycles za watoi wao.
Yeah.
It's not that ana pesa, but when msichana hata ana feel shame
kumuuliza.
So you feel like we should be involving the men also?
I mean, those are the kind of conversations that you're having out here. Example kama brother yangu siku nyingine hapo. Brother yangu siku nyingine, my mama kona duka. So mamangu ameambia brother yangu aende angalie ati pads. I think hizo pads za soft care ni how much zikiuzwa sasa like as a wholesale. So mimi hiyo siku ndo nilikuwa nimetoka Nairobi, so nimeenda nimepatana na brother yangu and then akuuliza bidii mama alikuwa amenituma niende nimwangalie kwa ile shop ya wholesale pads zinauzwa how much. Then I'm like si uende. Ananiambia si wewe uende. I'm like shida ni gani bro? Ati mimi naenda kuuliza about pads. I was like what? Na unaishi na mimi like are you serious? Are you kidding? I was like no bro, like penye umefika you're supposed to be knowing these things, like kwani pads kwani wewe unatumia as in I mean like just be aware. This is something me I send to my brothers. Nikisikia tu niko kwa nyumba and then I'm like enda tu ni buy a pad,
Yeah,
like just go, like I mean it's also a way of trying to like let them know like you have sisters, you have hata si lazima like me I tell my guy, like my guys friends, that is I tell them like nikikuja kwako like do you have pads? If anything happens niko kwako, I don't have money, like una expect nifanye nini? Utanipe shati yako? Like I mean it's also just good, like ata guys, as in like that is just being very intentional and at least being very considerate, because nikiweza kuja kwako team and then I get my menses, I don't have money, and then like at least tuko na pad tuseme like umeka tu pad, you'll be like komboshika, you can use this. That would be so considerate. So I think it's very important for us to to have this conversation all around, because you're relating with these people. Men are not existing alone kwa hii planet. True. We have women. So like it will be very easy for us to know how to coexist together and how to like me najua like issues za madem, and I also know the issues zenye maboy pia wanapitia. That will also be easier for us to like to know how to maneuver around that. Nakumbuka the first time I had my periods. This is TMI, too much information, but yeah. So I remember the first time I had my period. So like as in hata mimi mwenyewe nimechanganyikiwa tu, I'm like hey, kitu inaenda ngaje. But I remember nikioga, we had hiyo siku like kwa nyumba yetu we had only one bathroom. So ilikuwa asubuhi, sasa si like I'm showering ndo niende shule. So I had my pad and then so like so nikiwa naoga, so like nikaitoa and then so like penye nilieka, so like nimeroll tu vizuri. And then so like penye nilieka nikitoka kwa bafu I think nikasahau because it was actually my first time. Sasa hata sikumbuki mimi nimeoga nimemaliza hiyo story na nimetoka. So the next person who was coming to shower was my dad. Na dispose vizuri like mimi niliweka tu hapo because sasa like dustbin I'm like dustbin lazima niende nje, so like nimalize kwanza kuoga, but in the process of like hurrying up nikitoka I think nikasahau. Yeah, so nikitoka, so the next person mwenye alikuwa anakuja kuoga was my dad. So mamangu sijui alikuwa anaingia kwa bathroom kufanya nini. So akiwa ameingia kwa bathroom, then my mom saw like the pad tu nimeiweka. My mom was so mad, you have no idea. And then I was like, I think so like nowadays nikijaribu like kukumbuka, I think nakumbuka pia parents wetu like the knowledge yenye walikuwa nayo kitambo. I think too like there was so much shame in in periods amata sex conversations tuseme, like there's so much shame yenye imekuwa normalized when it comes to vitu zenye huwezi control. Kitu kama like wanting sexual pleasure, that is something that you can't even control, as in unaweza control when it comes to like the partners, you can control yourself, but that is something that is happening. You're a human being, you have feelings, that is something but so many shame has been put when it comes to period, when it comes to conversations revolving around sex. So I think to like ata reaction ya mama yangu to like me forgetting the pad, like I think to pia ilinifanya nika feel some type of way. That is why I think it's very important for us to also sisi kama vile tuko hivi saizi, like we're getting a lot of information out there. We're getting information from podcasts, we're getting information from even online platforms. Like we should also be able to like could teach our parents, because they're also learning, they're also human, and that is how pia walikuwa brought up. Because I'm trying to imagine like me the first daughter to me and the first born, so my mom didn't have like so much information maybe on how to like tell me like unafaa ku dispose that something, you're supposed to dispose it like this. So I'm tending to feel like she also didn't have like a lot of information, but since we are growing and we're also learning and unlearning, we should also take the information back to our parents pia our learn, as you're also like trickling down the information to our siblings and the rest of the community.
That's important.
Yes,
that's key. As we are coming to a close, do you listen to classics?
Yes, I love classics.
So I'm daring you, before we meet next time,
yes,
I'll ask you to recite for me a verse. I want you to go and listen to this song. It's called "It's a Man's World."
It's a Man's World.
James Brown. So
sounds
it says,
interesting. Yeah.
This is a man's world.
This is a man's world. I think I know the song.
It wouldn't be nothing without a woman.
Oh, nice. I like
This
the
is a
lyrics
man's
already.
It's a classic.
Oh, okay. What were 19? What were you see Gen Z? You still a Gen Z, lakini